Good morning, everyone. So, yesterday was kind of a long day. Obviously, it was Thanksgiving, we're baking, we're cooking, I wrap everything up pretty quickly and then I just wait, right? So I'm waiting for the turkey to cook, I'm waiting for the rolls to rise and do all that. I did use my Wolfgang Puck bread maker to make my rolls, the dough, and then I just had to shape them, after they rose the first time and let them rise again. They came out amazing, so I was really happy about that. But any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. Having said that, there are tons of sales right now. Of course, there's Black Friday. Some people obviously started early, like Spellbinders and Tonic and Elizabeth Craft. Not super early, but just a couple days ago, and all those different people I like to shop with. So definitely check those out. I'll have all the information in the description box of all the sales I know of right now. Art Impressions just kicked theirs off, 40% off the site. It says everything until things sell out. So I have a feeling things will sell out. That's really great because I think even the best coupon code I've had of theirs may be 30% off. So it is a code that you have to use, and it's not reflected on their site. Like if you go to their website, it doesn't say there anything about Black Friday, at least not yet. So I'll have that code in the description box. But for Freeform Friday today, I was thinking, should I, let me get my little, excuse me. I was like, well, should I just start decorating this little guy so we'll make, cute things to go along with it? But I thought, no, my head kind of hurts. I'm just, with the little allergies and things, I'm just like, not feeling too great. So I don't really want to do too much. So I thought, you know what? Yesterday I reviewed this paper that Arteza had sent for a review, so this was sent free of charge, and all opinions are my own, but that's for that video. But anyway, I was struck by how, it's a marker pad, but how thin and just really soft and smooth and bright white this paper is. I think that's one thing I didn't really talk about too much. Super gorgeous paper, and I was like, you know what, I think I can use it for is making card inserts. So like I have cards, and I'll show you, oh, they're here. Like these aren't even half of it. I have another huge thing of all the cards that I make, right? And then me, if I want a card base to be blue or purple or pink or black or whatever, I just do that. So it's nice to have like a card insert. So I think what I'm going to do is use that paper to make card inserts and just make a bunch of generic ones to have them ready. And most of the time I make cards that are, standard A2 size, but so that's what I think I'm gonna do. Oh, look at this one. Oh, this is one from Art Impressions, their little Celebration kit. I wonder if that's in the sale. If you think this is super adorable and you haven't watched it before, it's Celebration kit. So if it's there, I'll put a link for it. But it's super cute. So I think that's what I'll do. So what I'm gonna do is take a ton of this paper. I really like the way it's stamped. Even the stamping on this was really nice and crisp, and it feels so pretty. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So I'm going to take several of these sheets and cut them down. So what I mean by card inserts is like on the inside of your card, right? We're going to put something in here. And it should, well, in my opinion, I like it to be a little bit smaller than the actual base of the card. So for a standard A2 size card, I think I'm going to cut it at 4 by... Let's see. Okay, sorry for the rough edit. I was giving numbers and I'm like, those numbers don't make any sense. I was basing it off of the card being A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I don't know why I kept doubling the 4 1/4 part. So that's not working. So I did take out some of the paper. It's 9 by 12. The sheets are 9 by 12. Okay. So depending on how you want to do this, how you want to preserve your paper, you can do that. I'm just going to cut into it to begin with because I need to have an idea of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to cut it. I'm still having my dilemmas. Okay, so we want it 5. I don't know what I was saying earlier. So I'm sorry, the edit might be super rough and maybe I forgot some of what I was trying to say. I'm going to cut it at 5 3/8 because usually we want our card 5 1/2 inches tall, right? And then in the halfway, I like what I'm cutting it down a little bit is because I want it to be just inside the size of the card. So, this is 9 inches wide, so, almost standard A2. Well, not really, it's a 9 by 12 piece of paper. I told you guys I'm tired. I want to cut it at 8 3/8 and see if that's enough, because that gives us 1/16 all around. Actually, we want, let me see, 5 3/8, that leaves a 16th. But we're cutting off the side and the side. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to do 8 3/8. And I am going to fold this by hand because it's very thin paper. And I want to just move on and see if I can, if 5 3/8 is good, or 8 3/8 is good enough to sit inside an A2 card. Let me grab just like this card right here. This is just a card I made not too long ago. Okay, good, perfect. And when you open it up, you're not really going to see where it's stuck down because you don't stick the whole thing down. You only stick this front page of it. So let me cut down several of them just this size. Again, that size being 5 3/8 by 8 3/8. Okay, guys, I will be right back. Okay, guys, so let's just get started. From simple to maybe a little something more. We'll see. So I used to have like this stamp set from Elizabeth Craft Designs. It goes along with like their little sets that have to do with like the princess stuff, fairy tale stuff. So I'm eyeballing everything. If you want to, you know, make sure you have it nice and straight, you know, make your adjustments for that, or put this on a stamp positioner. But y'all know me, to make this easy. So I have this one that says, "You make all of my dreams come true." So again, this is like, I don't know what's on the outside yet because I'm just making these ahead of time. But we have Make a Wish. That'd be really cute, like for a Christmas one. What am I? A birthday one. Oh my gosh, you guys, I need to get my coffee going. I don't know why in my mind when I was cutting these, I'm like, why can't I make this work? And then I'm like, oh, I keep cutting each side at 4 1/4, not thinking about the 5 1/2 side of your A2 card, you know? Oh yeah, so silly. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this photopolymer. Smells yummy. I love the smell of photopolymer in the morning. All right. So let's get this one here. And again, I'm just going to put it wherever I think a sentiment might be nice. Right, kind of towards the top. And then we have our cute little sentiment. And I have this ready to go for whenever I feel like using this, right? So there's one. Super easy, you guys. Freeform Friday is very simple. Let's see. I have another sweet one. So think of all those thank you sets you have that might have like 2 phrases with it, like thank you, you know, for everything or something like that, and see what you can use. This one says, "The trick is to grow up without getting old." It's a Frank Lloyd Wright sentiment. Oh, you know what's good about this? This is on a cling stamp. This is from Impression Obsession. So what you can do with this, obviously you can't see behind it. That's the whole thing with rubber stamps, and that's kind of why people start going to clear stamps, but rubber stamps give you a better impression, yada yada. So we take the back off of this. I'm going to put this on here. Ooh, just the right size. I can see it's a little bit crooked already. Let me just put it a little bit straighter so I don't have to think about that too. And let me get my stamp positioner. Now, they don't really sell these anymore. I know Art Impressions. Ooh, this will be a good time to get one. It's inexpensive, actually, the Art Impressions one. I think it's only like $5 or $6. And it's basically, they're using an acrylic block that's a little bit thinner than this. And like a square. And then another acrylic, like L-shaped piece that goes like this. And that's how you're going to stamp this stuff. So, I'm just going to use the other side of this. What you're supposed to do is you get the stamp positioner, which is basically something you can see through with this other piece. And if you think you can fashion something like this at home, try it. It won't work. Like, it's just, unless you have a T-square. But what I'm saying it won't work is because, see, this thing has like rubber on the bottom that's keeping it from moving. So if you have a little gap, your whatever you're using is still going to move past there, you know? So it's better to use the tool that's meant for this. And then whatever stamp you have, you bring it in here. So you see I pushed it right up to the corner. So there are my words, okay? So what you do is you bring over whatever it is you're going to stamp on. And you get your paper and you're looking through it so that you can see exactly where you're going to position it. If it's straight, which, you know, however you want to use it, like that probably. That looks good. Think from one side to the other. And then you put this guy down so it's in the exact same position. Hold on. And then we ink this up. So that's called a stamp positioner. I've never linked it because I don't think they make this one anymore. Stamp-a-majig. Maybe you'll find it on eBay or something. But like I said, Art Impressions themselves has one. So make sure you stamp it the right way this time. So now we're going to remove this. And you bring over your stamp and slide right down. Boom. And so even if you stamp crooked on this, you would still adjust for that. I'll show you what I mean by that. Gorgeous. I knew exactly where it was. It's nice and straight. And now I have that. Just a little sentiment to put inside maybe a birthday card. A birthday card, oh my gosh. So let's say I stamp this and, well, I don't see, if I place this on here crooked, you know, even though you probably want to line it up first. Okay, so it's crooked. So when I go to put on my project, I'm going to line it up crooked to make it straight and then put this thing here. However angle, wherever, this will work, you know? So it's good stuff. Now, I don't know about the squid ink. It should come off, right? Yay! I didn't take off the ink the last time I used this. So that's how you use a stamp positioner. That was fun. And again, if you don't have one, you know, where now would be a great time to pick it up from Art Impressions. I know they sell it. I think it's on scrapbook.com too, but it is the Art Impressions one, so at 40% off on Art Impressions for Cyber Week, I think that'd be better. Oh, so this one I thought, well, you know what, we can do one where you actually color it, because why not? So let me show you. I grabbed this because I set this out because I want to use this, and I told you guys I'd be using the gingerbread cubbies. This is from Art Impressions, and it is adorable. Oh my gosh, you guys. What's cute about these sets is that they're not, that they're so detailed. I was going to say they're not inexpensive. That's not cute. They're not inexpensive because, I mean, they have all the dies to go with all of the stamps, and then the little house gets cut out, the little doors and windows. Super cute. So I'll review this one very soon. But what I thought would be cute is to do one of these for like the inside, and then add maybe one of the little characters on the inside here. So I'm just gonna get sugar and spice and everything nice. So again, I would just sit here, cut a bunch of them out, do a whole thing of what makes sense, probably for thank you cards most of the time. So for a reason, I'm putting sugar and spice and everything nice and a little bit crooked, but that's okay. These are just examples. And then again, even if you can use your stamp positioner even with clear stamps just to get it straight, you know. So I'm glad to have one. I think I have two of them from back in the day, but that's the one I have here. Oh, and let's put a little guy on here. We're gonna color him in, so we are gonna take a minute to do that. And I'm gonna ink him up. I am using squid ink or Nouveau Hybrid ink, stuff like that, because you can just look at him. Okay, because you can use alcoholic markers or water-based markers with them, and I'm kind of trending towards that kind of thing instead of having specific inks for each thing. Okay, what I'm gonna do is grab some brown and red, I guess, alcohol ink, and I'll be right back. I have to be careful with this one because this is very dark on the brown side. So this is Tri-Blend in Gold Brown blend. And yesterday I was asked why the different colors of Tri-Blends. So the Tri-Blends, the gray ones, have the brush tips, and the black ones have bullet tips. Let me see if I can grab one really quick. So you saw that brush tip, and this is the bullet tip. And so it just depends. This one's hard, and this is like a soft one that you would use for flicking, but I like it, you know, to color them in. I got really used to bullet tips with Spectrum Noir markers, so I was super used to this. I had to kind of relearn how to use the other ones because you got to control it a little bit more because it's a bigger brush tip. And then they usually have a sketch tip on the other side with the Classiques. It has a hard nib and a sketch nib, which is like those big Sharpie nibs. On these guys, I like Illustrators from Spectrum Noir or Crafter's Companion because they have the brush and the bullet nib, which is more like a Copic, I suppose. So anyway, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to start with the light color. I'm going to try to skip over the little white areas. We will see what happens. This is kind of a weird color. I thought, oh, this will be good with the brown, but it's not the best brown. I'm going to go to the medium color and go around. Because I think that, like I said, the dark one is really dark. He's so tiny, so I'm just giving him a little color here and there. There's not going to be... I'm not spending most of my time on this, and I just thought I missed that little first part of his hand right here. Okay, and now I'll bring in some of that. What a little cutie. Trying to keep it lighter in the center just so that it looks more dimensional. think that's good. And then I'm gonna use the red just to get right in here. I should probably use my, look how tiny that is. I probably should be using my bullet nibs, but that's okay. My goodness, so little. And then if you want to give them little red cheeks, you know, you can come in here and do a little something, but I think I better not. Okay, so there's some blending, some coloring, and you're not going to see this because it's going to be inside the card anyway. All right. Okay, I'm going to try one more thing, and this might be, I might be biting off more than I can chew, but we will see. Where is my stamp positioner? Here it is. So what I was thinking about is stamping on the inside of the card with like a full-size stamp. So let me see what I can do to make that happen. Okay, what I'm going to do is put another scrap piece of paper. Just put this over here. Okay, if that was there, and this is here, what I'm going to do is put some repositionable tape here just to help me out for a second. Keep this right on the edge. So I want to use like an IO Stamps cover card, and this is Distress Corduroy. And I've never taken the back off this, so this kind of hurts my heart to do it, but I will take the back off of this whole thing just so I can get it onto this stamper here. And what I want to do is stamp this whole thing with this guy. It does end, but it's also distressed, so it's not like the biggest deal. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know what I'm saying? Just want to see how far up I can get it in here. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit, just so I know that the whole thing will stamp. Alright, let's see what happens. This might be a horrible idea. We will see. And I was going to do it very lightly, that way you can still write, like if you're going to use a pen or something. So let me find, like, I don't know why I keep going with this, the pumice color. I really like it right now. So that's there, and this is here, and we're going to ink this up. Again, this is already distressed as it is, so it's not like the biggest deal if I don't get it 100. I'm going to hold this paper down, though, over here as much as I can. And usually I just take this and rub it over, and maybe that's what I should have done, I don't know. Ooh, okay, I missed some spots, but again, we have the positioner, but it kind of looks cool. I don't really have a problem with that. But sometimes when you miss a spot, it could be because you have air bubbles and you're never going to get it. Like, it's never going to happen. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's the one side. So let's say you want to distress the whole thing. I would kind of keep it on this side, to be honest, but okay. But okay, guys, let's go for it. Let's do this other side. I'm just going to ink it up again. And this just gives us some texture, and then you can still stamp like a sentiment, you know? I think I took all the glue with me on the other side there. I do not want this to move too much, though. Alright, I was scared of this one, but you know, it's Freeform Friday, let's try it. It might work, it might not. I probably could have worked without even using the positioner like I normally do. I'll talk about that in just a second. There we go. I'll clean all this up in just a minute. So what I normally do with these stamps is like, to see if you try to put this back on, it's never going to go back on the right way, but I just ink them up, leave them sitting down like this, and I take my project and I rub the back, you know, to there. But that worked out. Ooh. Let me think if I should put some kind of sentiment on this. I'll be right back. So you know what? This might go inside the card I made the other day for, oh, where is it? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. The one I made for the, I'll find it. Oh, here it is. The one I made for the Diamond Press kickoff. So this is unavailable. I don't think they're ever going to sell it, you guys. I know a lot of you guys have asked about it because I think they had it as a giveaway one time, is what one of my gals here was saying, and they were like, it's a promotional item only. So, you know, but if you ordered more than $100 on their Teal Tuesday, then you will be getting one. So I'm going to do wishing you loads of, and then and so obviously this one's very specific to this card. what I wanted to do today was just make a bunch of generic ones, right? Again, I'm eyeballing this, and maybe I shouldn't. I'm gonna go ahead and eyeball it. So I'm gonna do this in black, and that kind of, oh, also, my card is this way, right? Yes, it is. And then I'll show you how to use these guys to put it in your card later when you have your little stack ready to go. I feel like it needs to be like that. Hopefully that's straight. I don't know. Ooh, lovely. Okay. Pretty good. Again, do not take my word, you know, just use your stamp positioner if you're afraid. And I'm going to use Christmas cheer. So wishing you loads of Christmas cheer. And let me find my red. Oh, there we go. So that's going to be the card. And let me give this a moment. Even though it's fast dry, it shouldn't have any issues, but I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I went to grab my card. I'm like, oh, okay, let me put this in here. And I forgot I did some fun stuff with this one the other day, right? So that's not going to work out for us, but I can still just cut that off and stick it on here or use it on another card. Obviously, this isn't particularly to this one, but it does have that sentiment. That would be really cute. But let's not use that, but I will keep it to the side over here. So what I'm going to do is bring back some of these other little guys. And they feel so pretty. Okay. Let's try this one. Do I have a birthday card? Let me go through that pile of cards. Hold on. We have, for me, the trick is to never grow up. We have the sugar and spice one. And we have another one that just says, you make all my dreams come true. Aw, that first card I showed you actually, I think would be cute with that. Trying to see what I got going on here. This one has, that's a pretty card. Hold on, sorry. I was looking at this one because it doesn't have anything on it anyway, and you can just put in like this guy. You make all of my dreams come true, which is really a pretty card. Let's do that. Okay, so let's say you have all your little papers cut. Maybe you made some ahead of time, or maybe you just cut these down ready to go. You're gonna adhere them just on the front part. So let me get some glue. Just run some glue down that edge right there. And that is it, you guys. That's how you're going to put this in here. So hopefully that was fun for you guys. I know a lot of people ask about sentiments inside cards, but you know what? This is a fun way to do it without having to do it that day. And then, you know, a lot of times too, we stamp inside the card and we're like, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. So, and check this out. I'm going to open the card. Dun dun dun, and it's pretty, it's in there, you can write whatever you like, you have that nice white background. This part does not get stuck down. If you want to stick it down, it's going to give you that pop-up effect where it doesn't really want to sit in the center, at least in my opinion. I would just leave it like this. And the other piece stays stuck up here because of that one little strip of glue. Isn't that cool? Like, obviously, if you really pick at it, you can separate it. But whenever your recipient opens the card, it's always going to open to the sentiment. All right, guys, so thanks for watching. I hope that was a fun Freeform Friday. I am sorry that my head was like a little discombobulated this morning, but I'll get there by the end of the day. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. So yeah, I would just play around with whatever inserts, with whatever card size. You have a slim line, you know, just take 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch, you know, all around off if that's what you like. If you like more, I like the edge being very minimal. But if we did 1/4 inch, it would be about 1/8 of an inch on the inside instead of 1/16. Right now we have 1/16 here. So it's up to you, but any card, you can do the same thing. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye now.